So this afternoon, I went into a convenience store, which I regularly do to pick up my delicious Diet Coke, with Crunch Ice, by the way. And I set my keys down on the counter, and the clerk there, who was from the, at least based on his accent, was from a Middle Eastern country. He asked me what the bullet meant on my key ring. And I explained, that I enjoy shooting firearms and I'm involved in the firearm industry. And so it was just kind of a fun keychain to have. And he asked what gun it went to, and I told him it was to an AR-15 and a 5.56 .223 caliber, and explained to him what that was. And he said that he was very scared of firearms. He was nervous. It was something that he didn't want to touch or learn how to use. And I explained to him, actually used the analogy of driving a car. I said, hey, when was the first time that you drove a car? And he said, a few years ago, a young guy. And I said, were you scared? Were you nervous? Did you have anxiety? He said, oh yeah. And I asked him then, I said, well, what's it like driving a car now? He says, in his broken English accent, he said, is easy. And I smiled and I said, see, with proper training and understanding and learning how to use a car correctly and safely, it's no problem. You're not scared of it. And he smiled and agreed that that would probably be the same case in handling and using and learning to fire a handgun or a long gun, and in learning to safely use a firearm. So we agreed that we would get together in the future and maybe shoot together and learn the proper ways to do it. And I would suggest to those of you who have some anxiety or are nervous about using a firearm, might get the proper training, learn how to correctly use one to defend your family and yourselves, and stop being a nervous Nelly when it comes to using a tool that is no different than any other tool if you are properly trained to do so. That's my message for today. Take care.